I don't know about you, but I always forget to eat. When you go through starvation mode, and then you can't consume food, you end up in the ER, they diagnose you with gastritis, and then eating feels like a chore. And then as you gradually get better, you forget to eat. Like, it's not a priority. Like, you realize you haven't ate because you don't feel very good. You're like, why don't I feel very good? That's probably why I can't focus, because I don't eat. I know you foodies don't understand. I know. I was talking to a lady, and I was explaining to her that I went through starvation mode. And it wasn't by choice. It was, I chose sleep over eating. Because when I was working, I only had I had an hour for lunch. And in my job, you're always busy, going one person to the other. You know, you don't have time to sit down and eat something. You have to document real fast, 5-6 minutes, and go and do this and do that. So I don't have time. So during my lunch break, I chose to sleep, which cut out a meal of my day. And I didn't really eat breakfast. I drank some milk. Probably, I like these. I like these. Brown sugar one, but they're pastry crisps. It's not like a bar, it's a crisp type. I used to eat these all the time. These are really good, but then I got tired of them. I do that. I eat something, and then I eat the same thing over and over and over because it's so good. And then I get tired of it. It is a repetitive habit. It is. It is. I don't know. I guess I need more recipes. Anyways. So it's 2:30 in the afternoon. And all I've had is some milk. And I was like, you know what? I don't really feel very good. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make some eggs because I'm almost out of milk. Because I usually make cream of wheat. When you, well, for me, my stomach cannot handle food in the morning. So I have to start with milk. Let it settle a little bit. I take my omeprazole, which you can get over the counter, FYI. Wait 30 minutes. You're supposed to take that 30 minutes before you eat. I used to take it. And then they took me off of it because then I started throwing up. So they put me on a different medicine. And then I stopped throwing up. I even threw up while I was driving. It was crazy. And my boss called me. Yes. I was driving between buildings. About a 30-minute drive. And my boss called me. And I said hello. And I went, blah. Out of nowhere. No warning. She said, you okay? I said, I just threw up. All over my clothes. I didn't have no change of clothes. But it wasn't like sick. I would just throw up. She said, go home. Okay. I know people, when they throw up, you're sick, you know, but it was repetitive. It was. Anyways, I've had a lot of issues with my stomach. I'm going to go see a gastrologist. And I asked him if he thought the link between I don't have a gallbladder anymore to all the stuff that's happened besides my starvation mode. I've done starvation mode twice in my life. But it wasn't because I hated food or I hated my body or whatever. I chose sleep. Each time I chose sleep. Sleep is my drug of choice. It is. Nothing else. Food is not important. Sleep was. I would just lay in bed until my stomach growled. The first time when I was 23. I didn't get up. Eventually it would stop. But now when I get hungry, it's like a pain. I can't help it. But then it goes away because then I get distracted. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like the other day, I was making cream of wheat, and you have to let it boil, right? So I put it on the stove, and I was letting it boil. Well, then I get distracted. Come back, and it ironically didn't boil over. Usually it boils over and stains my top of my stove. I don't know how to get it off. So if you know how to get it off, let me know. But it just burnt. It burnt in there. It was gone. All the milk was gone. I was like, damn, Lisa, what were you doing? Like, you forgot that you were cooking. You forgot that you needed to eat. And you were doing the process of eating something. But then you got distracted because you said, hey, it's just going to chill. And then you didn't come back. This happened twice. Like, I just tried to make this video. And I was like, you know what? I don't even know what I look like because I just woke up. I woke up like 11. Lately, I haven't been feeling very good. Like, I don't have energy in the morning. I wonder why. Because you don't eat. You don't eat. I had milk yesterday. I had some cream of wheat. And some po' boy toast. Chicken. And some asparagus. That's all I ate. That's all I ate all day. So no wonder I'm dragging. My brain is not very clear. So it feels like it's not very clear. It hasn't been very clear for a long time. When you go through fight or flight, if you stay in fight or flight, or freeze or fawn or whatever, any form of stress, your stress hormones activate. They go, they multiply like a motherfucker. And these stress hormones are called cortisol. Well, if you have too much cortisol in your brain, it causes brain damage. Let that soak in. And I heard this, I was like, oh, okay. But it affects your decision making. I made a lot of questionable decisions during that time. And it affects your short-term memory. And I am a proven fact that is true. It's true. Short-term memory, it fucks it up. Because when I got hurt and I found another avenue that I didn't have to use my physical body to do my job, because I worked in a skilled nursing facility. So you have to lift people. Like I was doing like advanced CNA work. You know what I mean? Get them out of bed. You have to teach them all this stuff. But that's not exactly where I wanted to go in this career. But that's another story. So I found a personal trainer course. And I was like, this is perfect. You know, I don't have to physically do anything. I can just show them and then correct them. You know, and they're able bodies. You know, they're not going to fall on me. That's a big thing. People fall. And you get in trouble for it. So when I usually study at night. I always studied at night. In college, I usually stop studying like at 2 a.m. I study in the evening. I never went to the library. I cannot study around other people. I can't study with other people. That's another story. But I usually, my roommate, because I would study, I would usually stop around 2 a.m. and then go take a shower and go to bed. And then do it all over again. Go to class in the morning, blah, blah, blah. And she said that when she would go to the bathroom and it would be around like 2 a.m. in the morning, she knew it was me in the shower. It's funny. Anyways, so I got my personal trainer course information and I was so excited. So I studied, right? I studied for a couple hours, and then I took a shower like I usually do, and then went to bed. And then next morning, I couldn't recall anything that I studied. I couldn't recall anything I studied. And I'm very good at memorizing. I'm very good at memorizing. Say in present tense. Hopefully it'll come back. Anyway, off the topic of what I'm doing now. See, I keep talking. I've been talking for 10 minutes. I'm supposed to be cooking something. So I'm almost out of milk. And so I got eggs. So I usually make eggs. And I have Eggo waffles. I used to have a waffle maker. I had so much stuff. My dad would probably say it's probably on the semi, Lisa. My dad has an old semi trailer. And all my stuff. I have so much stuff, but I moved to Oregon and I couldn't figure out how to get it here. Especially because I first moved here in a camper. But I did get my dressers. The dressers that I made, I did get them. I brought them along. But everything else, it seems like I left behind or something. I did have a rice maker too. Somebody taught me how to make rice on the stove. I would have done it all wrong. You're not supposed to stir it. When he was doing it, I was like, you're probably supposed to stir that. He's like, no, you do not stir rice. So FYI. And you only put so much water. He said, if you put too much water in it at the very beginning, you are fucked. So, FYI. Anyways, this video got a lot longer and more in depth of different things that I plan on doing. Anyway, I was just questioning, do you struggle with remembering to eat? Because I do. So I think I'm going to have to start making a timer on my watch saying breakfast, lunch, dinner. Because I eat breakfast and then a little bit of supper. Like I told my dad when I started not eating, I slept during my lunch break. When I started doing that, I told my dad. And he said, Lisa, you know better. You can't stop eating. So I don't stop eating. I would eat at night, after I got off work. But he said, then, because he only eats one meal a day. My dad only eats one meal a day. He drinks a glass of milk in the morning, maybe a donut, and then eats at 5 o'clock. It's like clockwork. So he didn't see a problem with it. Well, I lost 48 pounds in 3 months. My body ate itself. I did not recognize my body. I didn't. Anyway. That was it. That was all I wanted to talk about, I guess. Talk to you later.